Like this is an actual roach clip.
I just want to do like saying this is Kevin from the Acacia Strain. You're watching Groovey.TV.
Something like that.
All right. This is Kevin from the Acacia Strain. You're watching Groovey.TV.
Hey, this is Groovey from Colorado Music Buzz and Hollywood Music TV, and I'm here with the gentleman from the Acacia Strain, and we are smoking invisible roaches on our lapel mics.
Pretty good shit. Say a lot.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Great. It's a beautiful day out here in Denver. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Hell yeah. How's the tour been treating you so far, man?
This tour's been amazing. We didn't know what to expect when we first got on this tour. Just so many different bands.
Right.
But I mean, our stage is closer to the heavier side, so you know, there's plenty of kids over there every day.
Right.
Just having a good time, just like enjoying all the bands. Yeah, this tour's been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you probably are the heaviest band on the tour.
I'd say so. Yeah, probably. Us and Winds of Plague, I think, tie.
Yeah.
Definitely tie.
Yeah. I'll give you that. So what's been the craziest town for you guys so far?
Craziest town?
Yeah, like.
Well, I'm sure
insane.
Denver will be tonight when we play.
We're pretty ludicrous.
Yeah, you guys are. Shows at the Marquee Theater, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Always crazy. But I got a craziest day. Probably. Well, yesterday it was like the smallest day of Warped Tour, and probably one of the worst rainstorms I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
And where we were parked down a hill. Luckily we had to leave early, so we left while it was still raining. And I'm sure all the other buses that had to leave got stuck in the mud.
Jeez.
It was just down this big ass hill, and there's cornfields behind us. And just all day, you just saw this storm rolling in, and it finally got there, and it was the craziest rain I've ever seen. Everybody just running, like scattering like roaches to get under tents or like cover gear, and it's crazy. I mean, that's like the third, fourth time it's maybe rained on the tour, but yeah, yesterday was definitely probably the craziest for that. It was just hectic for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just straight downpour, everybody running everywhere.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was like mass chaos, confusion. Like you couldn't even see like 2 feet in front of you. Yeah.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Mass chaos and confusion. So tell me about the new album, man.
Wormwood. Yeah, came out about a year ago. Definitely, we're all proud of that record. It's probably our best record, we feel like, our most mature. Guitar player DL, he had a kid, so he hasn't been touring with us, but he wrote pretty much that entire record. Well, he did write that entire record by himself.
Wow.
Even almost all the drum parts, like he would do drums for the songs, and I would just like, you know, he would send them to me. I'd give him like back ideas, like, hey, just do this, like maybe make this part a little bit less, this part a little bit more.
Right.
And that's pretty much how we did it. Like we were on tour almost the whole time he was writing the record.
That's awesome.
So we just went back and forth with emails, sharing ideas, and he just did it all on his computer. And then we went and recorded with Zeus in Planet C Studios. And that's always fun to record with Zeus. It's a nice, easy atmosphere. Plus, it's close to home. We don't have to travel far.
Which is good.
Yeah, we get to stay. And he has a house next to the studio the bands can stay in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, Wormwood is definitely our favorite, like my personal favorite record of ours.
Nice.
It's the one we're most proud of.
So, I mean, it has been out for a while, so you guys been writing and getting ready for the next one?
Yeah, there's almost this entire tour, almost every day. DL and I are going back and forth and sending me ideas. I'm sending him back my input on it.
Right.
And piecing songs together, and we got probably good 5 or 6 tracks right now.
Nice.
Like solid, complete. There's like 13 total, but everything needs, you know, arranging and trimming the fat and stuff.
So do you have like a possible goal for the release date on this yet, or?
No, not any. Hopefully next summer. So we try to always do a summer release.
Okay.
Like every 2 summers, but hopefully next summer, but we'll see.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
A lot
Very
of things
cool.
that gotta happen before the record can come out. So.
What do you got going on before that?
Well, after this tour, we go to Australia.
Nice.
For the Soundwave Revolution. Van Halen is headlining, which is ridiculous.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's like 100 bands or something like that, like 6 stages, but Van Halen's headlining, so technically touring with Van Halen.
What's your favorite Van Halen song?
Anything David Lee Roth era. That Van Halen, I mean, that's the real Van Halen. Anything with Sammy Hagar can just...
There wasn't one Sammy Hagar song I liked. There wasn't one.
No, David Lee Roth is Van Halen.
Yeah.
Besides Eddie and Alex, but...
Right. Well, now Alex is a chicken foot, so...
Yeah, back to we do Australia and Japan, and then Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. Then we come home, do a U.S. headliner, which I'm sure will come through Denver. It'll be between Halloween and Thanksgiving, so I'm between there. And then maybe do a few like New Year's or like Christmas kind of shows around home, and then just sit home, write, you know,
badass.
Just get everything together, practice a whole shit ton.
Well, I know a lot of people are stoked to, you know, get the next record.
Yeah, I'm stoked to get the next record out. Like some of the songs that DL's like wrote, they just blow my mind. Like I laugh at how heavy some of the stuff is. It's like so like parts will kick in and it's just like, how did you think of that to happen? It's just the heaviest thing I've ever heard.
That's badass. All right, there's one last question. It is the festival survey question. What is the worst day job you've ever had in your life? And feel free to throw your manager under the bus.
Worst day job? Well, I had a few jobs before the band, but there was one that I had while I was in the band where I was doing like under the table construction. And I was one of two like white guys on the crew, and the rest were all Mexicans. So all they did was just talk to each other all day, make fun of me and the other guy. We had no idea what they're saying like about us, and I got paid shit money. It was through a family friend. They're like, hey, come carry the wood over and all that other stuff. Bring the shingles on top of the roof. And I just busted my ass for like nothing. Pretty much. That was probably the worst. And my boss's wife, if I ever had to work at his house, the meanest lady I've ever met in my entire life.
Well, that's good.
Nobody can ever do anything right. Even her husband, like she's constantly yelling at him too. That was probably the worst job I ever had. Definitely the worst. Besides being like a cashier at Stop and Shop.
Ooh, that's pretty brutal.
That was brutal. Then I moved up in the world and I started stocking shelves, so I didn't have to deal with customers that much. That was just the worst part about that, is dealing with people. So annoying.
I think this career move's been pretty good.
Yeah. I'm glad it panned out the way it's been.
Yeah, you guys are doing okay, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it took us a long time to get to a point where we could just, you know, keep doing this. So we feel privileged to be able to do something like this.
You guys are a kick-ass band, and like, you know, huge
try to be
base.
anyways. Try.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hopefully the fans like the music that we wite.
They will.
Honestly, like, Wormwood was one of those things we just did what we wanted, and we're like, hope they like it. And people did, so we were stoked.
That's the best kind, though, because if you write for yourself, you know, if you write for the fans, they'll hate it. If you write for yourself and think the fans might not like it, they usually do, because you're writing for yourself. So, I'm
it's more rewarding that way, too. You don't know what to expect, and then good things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, cheers, man. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right on. It's Groovey, Colorado Music Buzz, Hollywood Music TV, here at the Vans Warp Tour. Smoking the
one more dope for the road.
Acacia Strain's Roach Clips. Cheers. Thank you.
Later.